Episode 1 is called Zaddy in the Middle. Zaddy in the middle, where you at in the middle? Zaddy in the middle, where you at in the middle? Zaddy in the middle, where you at in the middle? Go, Zaddy's in the middle. Honey, no, it's not giving none of what I just gave, okay? I gave it a lot. I gave it a lot. Trust me. Anywho, so Zaddy in the middle is episode 1. So we start off with Latrice Rogers, aka Goddess Lengths. Goddess Lengths. I think that's how you say it. Length and length is the same word, but it's still, I be trying to figure out which, like potato, potato, tomato, tomato, like that. So yeah, Latrice Rogers, also known as Goddess Lengths. She's married to Cliff, and they open up the show with them at their beautiful home. Like Latrice's house is amazingly gorgeous. I love that she has the big picture of her and her husband. When you walk up the staircase and everything, it's grand. It's very grand. Okay, so we at their house. Cliff has his grandbabies. They're so cute. Oh my God. He has a little boy and a little girl, I think. They're probably 4 and under, maybe 4 and 2, somewhere around there. And Latrice is saying in the confessional how, she's enjoying the grandkids, even though she really don't like kids. I was like, okay, that was my first time hearing her say she don't really like kids. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention, or maybe she didn't word it that way before. But when she said she don't really like kids, I was like, oh, snap. Not you don't really like kids. But anyway, we go back into the house, and, she says, she loves seeing him with his grandbabies. And no, Cliff is like, I love my grandbabies. He kissing and loving and hugging and squeezing. He's all on his grandbabies, and rightfully so. I'm a grandmother, so I know how it feels. I have to as well. And don't play with me with my grandbabies out. Yes, we love and squeeze and hug and all that good stuff. So he's doing that, and Latrice likes to see him like that. And so he makes a comment like, yeah, we're supposed to be fruitful. We're supposed to be having some kids. I mean, I married you for love, but if we ain't fruitful, then this is a hoax. I was like, wait, a hoax? Baby. Cliff, bring your country down. Bring the country down a little bit. Just bring it down just a little bit, okay, babe? So anyway, Latrice, like I said, Latrice shares in the confessional how Jackson, Mississippi is going through a water crisis. This is in October last year, 2022, when I turned 50 in October. Anywho, getting back to them. It's not about me. Sorry. But anywho, in October, they were going through a water crisis in Jacksonville. And I mean, not Jacksonville, excuse me, in Jackson, Mississippi. And so with that being said, Latrice lives on the outskirts, so it didn't affect her. But it affected her, an employee, specifically her manager of the store. His name is Joshua, but he goes by Joshy. He's so cute. I don't really like Josh. I really like Josh. So Latrice knows, I guess, where he lives at is the water is affecting him. So she's asked him to come stay with her. So we open up, like I said, we're at her house. So here comes Josh. He comes in, and immediately you can see that Josh and Cliff bump heads. And so it's a little uncomfortable to watch because, one, we don't know the backstory, but two, we just don't want to see two men go at it or, feel uncomfortable or make someone, Latrice, feel uncomfortable. Right? So, sorry, you guys, give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, so you can see they bump heads, and it's sorry, hit that like button when you hear that. When you hear that means hit that like button. So We immediately see they bump heads. And we can tell that Cliff is very old school. His way of thinking is, I want my wife to take care of the kids. I want my wife to be at home cleaning. I also want my wife to be at home cooking a hot meal for me when I get home, please. That's Cliff thinking. Josh is very new school. Josh lives like to the beat of his own drum. Nothing wrong with that. I ain't know that. So he marched to the beat of his own drum, and so he's very new school, and so he don't believe he's wondering why Cliff can't clean up and help cook and help with all this stuff that he's trying to put on his wife, knowing that she's an entrepreneur. And so Latrice, in my opinion, needs to put boundaries on what's going on in her household. I know it's difficult because that's the manager, store manager, for one, right? And then two, it's just that's your husband. I let her, but she said, "That's my husband." And so she needs to put boundaries up. I'll just leave it right there. And so now, we find out Cliff. So they're bumping heads. They're downstairs. That's what he's talking about. Remember, they're bumping heads. He's like, "Why you don't cook and clean or whatever?" Cliff don't like that. He's being real snappy with him. Like, "You better be quiet before you get out of my house." And I just feel like, "Josh, quiet, cállate." So Latrice, retreats to her room because she's trying to get probably Josh to follow, but who follows but her husband. So they walk in the hallway, then they go to separate rooms. We find out they're living in separate rooms. But I remember that from the last season, I think that she left him. Not left him, that's not crazy. She left and went into the other, the rooms are like literally across the hall from each other. So they're not too far. But so anyway, Josh does come in there and he talks to her, he consoles her and stuff, and tells her she needs to put her foot down because you're not happy. She tells him she's not happy. And she tears up, Josh is basically telling her that her husband's controlling, and nobody wants to hear that. Like, even if you know it, you think it, you know it to be true. When somebody, sorry, my mouth got dry. When somebody points something out about your husband, your significant other, your wife, you don't want to hear it, even if you know it's the truth. So, Latrice, she starts tearing up, and she probably realizes that Josh is, telling her the truth, but she don't want to hear it. So we move on to Letitia Pearson. She serves. She's a black woman entrepreneur. Well, she's a black entrepreneur, right? Black woman entrepreneur, but she also does financial literacy brunches. Catch that? That's real swanky, fancy talking. So what she does is have tea parties with women that have probably small businesses, large businesses, however, what kind of business, whatever you have, inspired to have a business. Just positive women, black women specifically, and have brunches and, network and, do her thing. She's, she says she booked and busy. She's traveling. She's she's traveling. I'm traveling the world, and I have speaking engagements, and she's all about her woman empowerment tour. And I ain't mad at you, Tisha, because like I said, I talked to you, and that what made me want to be watching your show. This is why I watched your show. This is why I like your show, because I was like, not for nothing, you're bringing some women together. Even if you and somebody else don't get along, that don't mean you block that person's blessing. You gonna get, she might find four more blessings in that room. So I'm down for that. So that's what I like about Letitia. So business is booming. Now, her personal life, not so much. Um, she has had a strange husband for the last 3 seasons. Um, he has cheated on her, um, had an infidelity. I don't know. I'll put it that way. It's been infidelity on his behalf. And Letitia, they've been together since I think high school, perhaps. They've been together a really, really long time. Like, a long time. Like, me and my husband been together a long time. They've been together a long time. I've been together, me and my husband been together 24 years, 23, 23 years this year. And so she's been together with her husband longer. I've only been married to my husband 10 years, though, even though we've been together that long. But kudos to the fact that, she's been working on it, even with infidelity. But then there was, last season, there was talks that he fathered a kid that he had been taking care of because he thought that it was his kid. But he's like, no, I have not. And so come to find out at the end of the season on the season finale, kid is not, the kid is not my son. Oh, I'm sorry. Get a little carried away. Shout out to my favorite entertainer, period. I don't care what Beyonce does. And that's my girl, too. Don't get it twisted. I'm not part of the Beehive. I'm not part of anything. I'm part of my mom and my daddy. But what I'm saying is my favorite entertainer of all times is Miguel Jackson. Okay. Okay. So anyway, back to Booked and Busy, Leticia. She's separated still from her husband. And why? Because he's still DMing, or I don't know if he's DMing or he's answering DMs. And that was the problem last season. He answering DMs like, oh, you like my picture? Oh, stop doing that. Stop. Like, cut your DMs off. Stop looking at them. They don't exist. They should not exist. If it's causing this much pain, destruction to your relationship, cut that crap off. Cut the crap off. Stop looking at it. Stop entertaining it. And that's all she wanted you to do. Stop entertaining it. And what you doing over there? Entertaining it. Woo. Yeah, okay. So Glenn still always trying to sweet talk Leticia. They meet up at like a little jump in little area so that they can swap off the kid, their son. And what I do admire and I do appreciate is the fact that they act a certain way around their son, even though they have differences and they're not getting along, they're separated. You see what I'm saying? But he can't tell other than, okay, they don't live together, which is separation. But at the same time, it's like, it's the way we see it. Now, if they don't portray that all the time on a day-to-day basis, which I really think they do, because it's really hard to do that, I think, unless we're all acting, because I feel like your kids will tell you. They get to acting like, why you acting like that? You don't act like that all the time. So, anywho, we find out that at the reunion, Leticia had a weak moment. She was drinking. So her and Glenn got busy, but she made him strap it up, rip it down. She made him strap it up, as she should, because we've been separated. We've been down this road before. And he's saying, I ain't did that. And she's saying, I don't trust you. So yeah, she made him strap it up. And problem with that, which on Letitia's behalf, no problem. It's what Glenn said. Talking about, I feel like a sneaky link. I feel like she a P and I'm a P. So PIMP and the P for her, you already know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, really? Down south men are different. They different, y'all. No disrespect. My mama from Louisiana. My cousins are down south men. We just different. I mean, men and women, of course, we're different. But when I go to Louisiana, I don't care where I go, and I don't care what state I'm in, but specifically when I go to Louisiana, you forgot you ain't from here. You can tell we different. And no disrespect, it's just what it is. So yeah, of course, Glenn's all in his feelings. That he, like I said, he's all in his feelings about that she made him do that, wrap it up before he flipped it up, smacked it, and rubbed it down. Too bad for you, because you could have it the way you wanted it, Burger King, but you want to answer randoms. So what happened is Glenn is Glenn is delusional, is what I put in my notes. Glenn is delusional, and he doesn't take Letitia's feelings into consideration. So there's that. So now we move on to Miss Sophia. So Gooch. So Gucci. Sophia So Gucci Williams, aka, like I told y'all, So Gucci. So if I say So Gucci, I'm talking about her, this woman, this lady right behind me, right here. Yes, no, right here. No. Right here, right over my shoulder. Hey, girl. Shoulder. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's Sophia So Gucci, and she's the most sought after realtor in all of Jackson. Okay, and all I'm saying is Latrice tells us that she's the one that gave her that title, which is a key later on. We'll find out. But anyway, so Gucci also is a fitness trainer. Kudos to that, because that's what I'm thinking about becoming. I could not think of that word when I was trying to say that in my live, not this live, but on Instagram. Because I am doing my 3 miles a day, child, and running and doing some things. And I'm a woman of a particular age, and I'm trying to show up and show out. And yeah, so I'll tell y'all about that later. But getting back to So Gucci, she is a fitness trainer, and she looks amazing. She has a child. She also has a grandchild. Her daughter. I have her name in here. I'll get back to her baby's name because I didn't write it in the notes right here. But her daughter had a daughter, was pregnant last season, and now the baby's here, and now uh, her husband, So Gucci's husband, JJ, which is James, but JJ is what he goes by. JJ's husband, daughters are the twins from DD, DD's for Life, DDL's for Life. I can't even remember, even though that's my little show. But anyway, the twins star is Sky, and Sky is pregnant at this moment on the show. And so the sisters are bonding. Last season, they were working out their differences, trying to figure out where it went wrong, or not even where it went wrong, but they're, hashing out how each other felt when they were younger growing up. And, it was a deep moment, and sometimes we have to, deal with those things. And so now, so Gucci's daughter had her daughter, and now Sky is pregnant with a son. And so now they're bonding over motherhood pretty much, right? And so, so yeah, that's a moment. And so JJ, So Gucci's husband, has a romantic evening for his wife because he's trying to break the ice because he has something he want to tell. He has something that he want to tell his wife, so he's trying to butter and smooth her up and all this other stuff. And so it's funny because he's so country. It's ridiculous, and I don't know. I will get into his character a little later, but he's a little firecracker. That's what I'll put that. I'll say that he's a little firecracker. So he, like I said, he had a fire. He has a romantic evening, prepare shrimp cocktail and some food and all this stuff. So Gucci walk in, and he's like, baby, he got a apron on, having a sexy time, and and so Gucci like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, baby, go in there and go get sexy for me, because I got, and I forgot he put this whipped cream. He had just made his little sweet plate, he put whipped cream all on him, and he was like, baby, your sweetness is here and all this other stuff. And I'm like, you do know you're doing this on TV, bro. So, so, yeah, so Gucci sneak off. She go into the she got a meeting in her ladies' room. She go in the room, go get sexy dexied out. She come back, she got her little food, they eating and stuff, and JJ, buttering her up. I'm talking about buttering it, jelly, some sugar, honey, syrup, all of it. Whipped cream on top with a cherry. With some chocolate syrup on top of that. And so he says, yeah, babe. Talks to my mom. She talking about moving up in here. And so Gucci looked at him like, whoa, what? Like, that is out. That's out. Like, what? Say what? Like, she like her. She actually loves her. Got her mother-in-law. She do. They show pictures. They look good together. You can tell she a kiki. But live with your mother in the house the way you a freak, the way I see him. Yeah, no. So Gucci got up and was like, see, I knew it was some more bull crap. I knew it was. I knew it was some bull crap. I knew not to trust you. I knew it. So yeah, she get up from the table. She said, yeah, you know what you was trying to get? You ain't getting that tonight. Ain't none of that going on. Close the door with all that sexiness she had on, because I didn't even tell y'all bomb she looked. Because her body's click, clack, out. And so she had the click, clack, clap out on. So yeah, so now we move on to Miss Tambra Shadi. So Miss Tambra Cherie is a radio personality. She's been in the business for a long while. And she's also one that's booked and busy. She has moved in with her boyfriend last season. She really was, kind of putting her foot down that she was trying to go to the next level or find out if the mom was going to the next level. On one hand, he was, but on the other hand, we find out that he was also being accused, allegedly, of messing with, sleeping with, talking to one of Letitia's friends. I mean, like friend, girl, not girlfriend, but you know what I'm saying? One of her friends that she know. And she was saying that they had got down and did, the boogie down. And so with that caused friction within Tambra Cherie and Demond. It's Demond. My husband's name is close to that, but it's, so forgive me if I can't remember Demond, because yeah. So Demond is he, what's the word I look for? He was trying to, he defended himself and was like, I never did that with this young lady, old lady, whomever, whatever age she is. I never did that. That's what he said. He was that was the story. He was sticking to it. And so to find out that Now they've been living together for a few months now. That's a little puzzling to me when you, Tambra, have been waiting to be married. You know, you're a woman of a particular age, and I'm not saying that in no disrespect because I don't remember how old you are. And all I do know is that you're ready. And women, when they say they're ready, they're pretty much 37 and over. You know, like if they have not had no children or whatever, they're closer to 40. You know, within that 3 to 1 year bracket. If you are not, 40, I don't think you are. No disrespect, but I didn't expect her to say that she had been moved in with him with the information that was given. I'm not saying he was guilty, but most likely than not likely, it looked like to me on the outside looking in that he was. Never mind. So, Demond comes in. Tambra's at the house since they're moved in, so they're at the house. They're at Demond's house, and he comes in. And you can tell he's looking around. Tambra's just sitting on the couch. He's right there. So the look around was for what, I don't know, but we find out later what he's looking around for. So Tambra is all curled up, and she's like, and he's like, and they're like, and we're all on looking at the TV like, what's going on here? What's going on? Why are we not all lovey-dovey, kissy, huggy face? I would love you. I want to be with you. What we doing? Like, I wish the cameras wasn't here because I'm trying to take your clothes off. Where's that at? Y'all don't have no kids in that household. And never mind. So I was looking for a particular thing to be going on, and it wasn't going on. So I was a little perturbed on that and disappointed. Like, really? So, Tambra really blows my mind, and she basically says, "I kind of need my own space." No disrespect to your voice, Tambra, but you talk like that sometimes. So she was like, "I kind of need my own space. Like, I think I need my condo. Like, I need a condo. Like," and so she's, and what's funny is that she tries to equate his man cave to her own space outside the house. So Demond is looking at her like, say, what now? You trying to move out the house? You trying to move out the house, get a condo? And you trying to compare that to my man cave that's inside this house or outside the house, back in the backyard right there or in the garage right here? So Demond basically was like, I know what I've been wanting. I've been wanting a little meal or two. When I come home, we no meal, so that's what he was looking for. He was looking for a meal or two. And so she's like, I don't have time for all that because, I get up. She does do the early morning show, I believe. And then she doesn't do the early morning show, but I know she doesn't. She does the early morning show. And if anybody who listens to the radio or a radio personality or love radio or, they get up early in the morning and they have to be at work like at 5. Granted, yes, they are off early, but they have to be up early to get to work. And they have to be disciplined to not be late to work because you can't be playing music, waiting on your DJ to come in, your personality to come in. I'm sorry, not me to call you DJ, but because you guys got DJs, but that's not what we do. I say we like I'm part of it. Okay, anywho, that was a dream of mine. But anywho, so Demond is basically saying you don't have no dinner, you don't have no breakfast, you don't have no lunch, you don't have nothing. So she's like, I think Tambra is in the thing where if I give you everything, I'm not gonna get married. I'm gonna give you everything. I'm gonna move in here and we gonna live crazy instead of happily ever after like crazy ever after. Because what are we doing here? She already compromised and put herself in the position of being with him, and now all of a sudden he acts like he doesn't understand the confusion. Yeah, you don't understand? No, it's not. It's not given, sir. I think she is really on the right path and is onto something. I do believe that, not that that their relationship has run its course, but moving in is not a good idea if you are trying to not make the man marry you, but if you are trying to hold this man to a higher standard of y'all relationship, then yeah, you're gonna have to have the harsh have the harsh conversations and put your foot down. So yeah, no, yeah. Go get your condo, babe. Go handle that. Go do that. Because yeah, you right at this moment it's not given. And I know you better than that. So let's not do that. So excuse me. So anyway, we go to my next girl, Miss Blondie looking like Pebbles. She's giving me girlfriend. How could you let me so bad? Oh, that's what. Come on. I Keisha the I. So, Keisha, she didn't start off in the beginning, dolls, cuties, if you will. She didn't start in the beginning season. She's her and Soguchi both are from just last season. They did not begin in the beginning. So Akeisha's first season was last season, and she's married to an ex football player who um, does commentary, I believe, in New York. And if it's not New York, it could be Buffalo. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But he's such a big guy, and I just love their dynamic as well. I love football players. That's my favorite sport, and that's just I have a thing about my football players. So, anywho, he's an ex football player. Their dynamic is cool. They have young children, and so, like I said, she's the one up here that's looking like Pebbles. So, with Miss Akeisha, she owns. She's inherited, which still means she owns a building on Farish Street, down in Jackson, Mississippi as well. And one of the show's premises was that Letitia here, um, in the first season, Letitia is the one that brought Farish Street to us, the viewers. We didn't know anything about Farish Street until Letitia went on there and she went to go talk to whoever was like uh the holder, or not, I don't know if it's the mayor, but whoever holds the key to this specific street area, Ferris Street. She went and spoke with her and tried to find out how can she get this street back to business, because this was a very prestigious black owned uh, Beverly Hills, if you will, a little Rodeo Drive. It had its eateries. It was black owned. It was black dollars being recycled, and it was popping, right? So it hasn't been up for a while. So Letitia brings that to us in the first season. Well, in the second season, and Letitia, it was hard for her to get people to get on board, and that's what we thought. Well, I thought, I'm not for sure, and Letitia, you can correct me, but what I thought was that Letitia was trying to get those brunches and get women to help fund and get this Fair Street together, and help build. Now, moving on to the second season. Moving on to the second season, where Akeisha comes in, Pebbles, girlfriend. Anywho, where Akeisha comes in, Akeisha inherited a building on Ferris Street. So when she came in on the second season, she came in hot. And when I say hot, I was like, she bossing up. And Letitia, to me, bossed up in a very, I don't use the word prissy, but in a more ladylike, tea-like way. And Akeisha came in like, yeah, no. Cause my husband and I must have been living in New York where he from, and I didn't inherit all his New York swag, and we ain't coming like that. And guess what? I own property on this spot, on the street that you want to try to help build. Well, I own a spot. If I want to, I can open up one right now. And that's how Akeisha came into the fold. And so, getting back to what when we bring Akeisha back, I was just giving you guys some background. Um, so the group of people she knows are really trying to purchase now this season. The group of people Akeisha knows are really trying to purchase the property on Fair Street and really get it up and running for the first time in many years. Now I told y'all that's what Letitia told us and brought to us. Akeisha saying on this season, like, no, I'm about to get it popping. So Gucci goes over to Akeisha's house to catch up. Now, so Gucci and Akeisha in last season when they both were the newbies, they wasn't like the best friends. They didn't get along. For us to even have them in the same room right now, them visiting each other, different, but not in a bad way. It's just like what happened. So we'll get to it right now. So, Akeisha, they went to go. So Gucci went over to Akeisha's house because Akeisha's at home with the kids. Her husband is in New York. So they go catch up. So Gucci mentions that Akeisha's Tambra and Akeisha says she didn't know Tambra. I'm sorry. Tambra. Oh, okay, my bad. So what happened was last season, Tambra, the one with the flip right here, Tambra got into it with Pebbles, the straight bang, which is Akeisha. Akeisha and Tambra, Curly Bang, got into it a little bit in the last season on like the last the finale, not the season, not the reunion, but the finale, to where Tambra was beating the table and was like, I ain't woo wah wah. And Akeisha was like, I don't even know that girl. And Akeisha and Tambra went to school together. They known each other since like high school or college, maybe college. However, they known each other for a nice little chunk of change, right? So Akeisha was sharing that with So Gucci. She was like, yeah, I don't know who that was. I don't know that girl. I don't know her. So Akeisha basically was calling Tambra a liar. She was like, that girl's a liar. Because Tambra, bang, Curly Bang, when she was banging on the table, she told the girls that straight bang, Akeisha, said that all the other girls was ugly. And that, I mean, I don't even remember all of it, but the main kibbles and bits was that the girls was ugly and, I need to get on I need to get on the show so I can, make the show look better. Paraphrasing, if I'm putting the 2 on the 10, my bad. Been drinking and that's how I remember it. And that's kind of like, I might be embellishing a little bit, but if I'm not, y'all remember, hit me in the comments and let me know if I was. But anyway, so Akeisha says she ain't doing it with Akeisha. I'm sorry, Akeisha says she ain't doing it with Tambra. She ain't got time. I ain't doing it with that girl right now. We if we in the same place, cool. If not, I don't need to. I don't need to say nothing about it. So now Akeisha made some valid points. She made some valid points. She said Tambra should be mad at Letitia because she's the one that stirred the pot. She brought the outside the outsider who supposedly slept with Tamara's boyfriend. Remember, I told you that earlier. Letitia's friend is the one that told Tamara that, you just mad because I've been sleeping with your man. And so Akeisha's saying that, Tamara, you are basically projecting something onto me that should have been mad at Letitia. She the one brought old girl in with the bull, or if it was bull or real or whatever. So Akeisha does have a valid point there. You know, you you misplaced the anger. So and at the reunion, Tamara was coddling Letitia. Curly Banks was coddling Letitia at the reunion. So they laughed about it. Akeisha just like, girl, I ain't got time or whatever. So next scene, so Gucci and Letitia meet up because now Letitia wants to get that condo. And remember, so Gucci right here over my shoulder, she's the best realtor, in Jackson. So they meet up at a condo, and and of course they catch up. Marie also comes over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, yeah. So yeah, they meet up at the condo, right? Then that's when they introduce Marie, blonde Chinese bang, right over my shoulder as well, over so Gucci. Yes, this lady right here. So now we got Marie. Marie is booked and busy like the rest of them, right? That's the thing. We're booked and we're busy. 1 second, y'all. Oh, that's cold too. So Marie has a healthcare. She has a healthcare facility because her mom, last season we found out her mom was addicted to opiates, and there was a scene, not to be funny, but it's just one of those scenes where people kind of, I don't know if you've seen other content creators might have said, I'm addicted to drugs. That was what Marie's mom said. And not for nothing, and not making fun of that, it was a touching moment, and to understand that Marie has been dealing with a lot, knowing that her mom has been addicted to drugs for like most of her life, and that she's such a, what's the worst? She has, prospered so much that she's opened up her own facility to treat people like her mom. It speaks volumes about Marie, even though she messes. Okay. Marie, I want to like you so bad, but you make me not want to, because we'll discuss later. But so Marie has the healthcare building, like I said, and then she has Zuri Marie Cosmetics, and then she has Zuri Marie Fashion Designer, and then she has Zuri Marie Virgin Hair, baby. So she got a lot of things going on, and yeah, so baby got it going on right now. And so Marie meets up with the girls. They're at the property, and the girls, discuss that Latrice, which is in the middle right here. That's the one I talked about earlier with the older husband. That's the real trip that had the grandbabies, and she hasn't had any kids, but she was with the grandbabies. Remember her? And she has the goddess lengths. She has her own hair, hair extension line. And I didn't say it earlier, but she's like, I got celebrities, and she was supposed to, which I'm about to get to. Last season, she was about to move out of the building that she had her salon / where she was keeping her hair at. So she needed a bigger space. She needed a warehouse. So Gucci was had showed her a spot, and so Gucci did not secure that spot for some reason. Not know the reason. Don't know if it was outbidded, if who dropped the ball, if it was, so Gucci. I don't know why those two ladies did not talk. However, they didn't talk, and Latrice didn't get the building. So she must have didn't put all her eggs in one basket, and she had another realtor, and so another realtor found a spot, and she ended up closing on this spot. Great, oh that's amazing, kudos to her. Well, not in so Gucci's eyes. So Gucci is very so salty. No disrespect, so Gucci, I'm just, following through what it looks like from the outside looking in. So while the girls are looking at the house, um, so Gucci shares with them how um, Latrice closed with another realtor, and she turns around. She said, "Hey, do y'all see that knife in my back? Latrice put it there." And I'm thinking, dang, it's all that. You saw Gucci. You should have way more people. That one little not by shouldn't even like touch you because you saw Gucci. Gucci. So yeah, Marie says she tells the ladies that at the reunion, she said, "I told y'all at the reunion that Latrice was a snake. I told y'all. I told y'all." And so Gucci said, "Yeah, yeah, um, you did." But then she turns to the one she's trying to show the condo, which is um, Letitia, and she says, "So I hope you're not wasting my time because Letitia liked the place, but she likes the neighborhood, but people don't usually buy the first place that they see." So she's like, "I mean, it's cool. I'm sure she found a little couple of gripes, whatever." But she was like, "Be wasting my time, key, but on some real like, yeah, don't waste my time, girl, because this ain't given. This ain't gonna be given. Don't do that. I'm already on your friends behind for doing that." So we understand that Gucci is frustrated and understands that that's the money that came out of her pocket. She got the grandkids. She got things to do. She booked and busy. She trying to get her little fitness training thing on. Please. So anyway, Marie asked Letitia to stop bumping, or I mean, has she stopped bumping and grinding with Glenn? Tisha's like, well, I slid back. I was a backslider on the reunion. I was drinking. I was drinking. She tell her I was drinking, and we did some things, and I gave him some cookie, and you know. So Marie's like, you giving them mixed signals when you do that. And she was like, yeah, I know, but I made her wear a condom, so that's not a mixed signal. In my book, that's not a mixed signal. I don't know. That's saying like we can get them some things going on so I can get mine, but don't think you about to just get it like you usually get it. I held back. That's what the teacher was like. I held back, girl. You didn't get it, girl. I didn't get all of it. I gave some of it, not all of it. So it was funny because so Gucci said, "Girl, you gave him some. That's why he's smelling. He can smell you a mile away. He can sniff up behind you, and that's gonna be prevalent if that's actually a thing for real. Because, like she said, you give him a little bit, he gonna smell you a mile away. He gonna be able to hunt you down. He gonna pick up on your scent. And boy, oh boy, that ain't no lies, no lies, no lies." I definitely agree with Gucci on that part. So so now we are back at I just told y'all that Latrice had closed with somebody else on getting the other building. What happened was the building she was already in, she was hosting two separate addresses, but they probably connected, or they weren't connected, and she had two separate addresses right next to each other. Well, when she thought she was going to get that one spot, she probably let one spot go, and so now she's in a smaller spot. So Latrice is back delivering her to her clients, her VIP customers and stuff, and she's like, "Josh, were you they were talking, and she was like, so Gucci dropped the ball. I can't believe I'm, back delivering, to my clients and stuff. I would have never thought I would have did that." And Josh being Josh, and if y'all see Josh and get to learn him, you'll know what I mean. When Josh being Josh was like, "Oh, she's a fraud." Okay, he's talking about so Gucci, because she wasn't able to do what she, you know, the deal fell through. I'll say that. I'm not gonna say she did any promises, but the deals fell through. So she did. She got Latrice's hopes up high and whatever, and let her down. So Latrice is a businesswoman. She's like, this is not in Latrice's eyes. She's like, it's not personal. You couldn't deliver. I had a backup plan. The backup plan worked, and so this is what I'm doing. Now the backup plan to me looks like she needs work done. I don't know how much work would needed to be done when she was going to do this Gucci thing. But at the same time, she already bought this. She already bought the property, and so Latrice is basically was saying that was a business move. That had nothing to do with friendship. It had really nothing to do with friendship. So I'm like, me telling the truth. That's truth be told. So okay, I'm sorry, I was reading my notes. So Gucci makes a joke and says, I'm sorry, Latrice makes a joke and was like, maybe she's trying to, so Gucci dropped the deal because she was doing her fitness training and she didn't have time to, go get to do the deal. And so, she was busy working out. So I was just like, y'all always got to do a little lightweight shade, just a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. So let me see, where am I at? So now we're back at the building where Latrice and Josh are talking. And now they had switched up. Remember they were talking about how so Gucci dropped the ball on getting the spot. Well, at the same time, Latrice tells Josh, that he doesn't respect her household, because remember, he's a guest in their household right now, right? Because of I'm going to say the pandemic, not the pandemic. Well, shoot, that is a pandemic. There, Jackson's water was not drinkable, not bathable, not making people sick. It was, tainted. It was toxic. And so he's been staying with Latrice. So hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. So so Latrice is telling Josh, you don't respect my house, you don't respect me, and you don't respect my husband. And Josh hit that like button, y'all. Don't play with me. And so Josh says Cliff is a whole. He's an a-hole. I'm sorry. I didn't write that. I didn't write the word out. Because I didn't want to say it. Because if I wrote the word out, I would have said it, and I'm not trying to cuss. See? Trying to get monetized on this channel. We ain't trying to be cussing up a storm a lot. Only when I'm really feel it. So anyway, Josh tells Latrice that her husband's an a-hole. And that, just because, she said, he's an a-hole, and that she just wants him out of the house because he's going to see all, see too much, which is true. He lives in there with them. So her husband's not about to buy this son. He live in his house. Whatever's on his mind, he gonna say. And even if it's against Josh, he just says whatever's on his mind. And so that's why Josh is calling him an a-hole. And Latrice just don't need to put her foot down because she is a woman that is submissive like Dr. Heavenly. Excuse me, like Dr. Heavenly is. Her husband runs her household. She respects her husband, and nothing's wrong with that. I'm not saying that. I need to take a lesson sometimes because I'm so such a Libra that I'm always on some equal stuff. Um, and I'm not saying submit, but there's just times where, sometimes I know I can get more honey. I can go get more bees with honey. So, but sometimes that's hard to do when you're in the moment. But I'm still learning. I'm always trying to make progress. That's why my song and my beginning song is progress. But anyway, so like I said, he tells her that you didn't want me. I don't. He thinks that she doesn't want him around because he's gonna be their relationship will be exposed. And so she was like, Latrice says, I still don't look happy. And he was like, nah, yes, I see makeup. I see you hiding behind stuff. I don't see you happy. And that kind of broke my heart. I was like, and so she started, she kind of like, she tears up when he says real stuff to her. And that's why he's not just a manager. She's been confiding in Josh. So it's she's in a rock and a hard place. So anyway, Josh, Josh does he wants her to be happy. It's not about the marriage. He's just like, I know you. He knows her, so he knows that she's not happy, and